What would have happened if Helen Fowler didn't decide to give this land to the Park Service?
It was her goal to get a water lily garden in everybody's backyard.
It is a quiet green space, and the deeper I walk into the park, the quieter it gets.
We've come to value these wetlands as one of the only remaining tidal wetlands, freshwater tidal wetlands in Washington, D.C.
You have your own piece of nature in the city. I think the Park Service is here to preserve this space for everyone to see.
The woman that first started this and owned this as a business historically, her name was Helen Fowler. Now this was around 1912. This was during the same time as the women's rights movement. She's the first woman in DC to have a commercial driver's license so that she herself can go around and deliver these water lilies. The business does not start with her. It actually starts with her father.
Walter was an amputee, a Civil War veteran, and he came back here and took some property that his family owned and turned it into his own personal garden. It was the avocation for him, just the therapy.
These gardens come out of that therapeutic hobby that he does.
And became so popular that they started selling the plants to folks downtown.
All right, I'm entering our historic greenhouses from 1913. And actually, these are the same greenhouses that have been used for over 100 years. We have been passing all our knowledge back from one gardener to the next. Some things are done the same as have been done for 100 years. So everything we're growing and propagating here are tropical water lilies. Like these root systems from the tropical lilies, which is right here, it's called a tuber. So these tubers are close to 100 years old. This is a new water lily, and we'll take this just like this. And this is a new tropical lily that can produce up to 50 to 100 lilies for each one of those tubers. They just keep giving, which is beautiful.
These are all lotus. These particular lotus are the sacred Asian lotus, none of which grow natively to this area. The lotus has come for it to represent a lot of really neat tenets in Buddhist and Hindu religions.
And it really just shows that you can come up through the mud, through all the trouble, through all the adversity, and make your way up and also reach the sun and reach a little bit of enlightenment and peace.
I've never met a lotus I didn't love.
The Victoria water lily is one of our signature plants here at the Aquatic Garden. So the Victoria water lily has been used in a lot of different drawings and photo shoots before because people love that it's so big that you can place a baby. You have to support from underneath, but you can place objects on top of it, and it makes for a really fun photo.
Once you do come in past that parking lot, you're just astounded by the different varieties of plants, and especially the aquatic.
Wetlands like this will collect a lot of trash, and that kind of illustrates how they're supposed to function, right? I mean, they're a filter for the river. So long as the trash is here, the trash isn't in the Anacostia River. However, filters get clogged. right? Which is why it's really critical that we have volunteers such as these that will come out and will help clear that filter out and help to restore the state of the Anacostia River.
Well, as a result of our volunteers, we're able to have this park be as lush and vital as it is today.
Even though it may not have been what Helen thought of originally, this, as I see it, is one of the most fitting conclusions to her story. We all have a water lily garden in our backyard.
From a veteran's garden to a national treasure. It's a quiet refuge in the middle of the nation's capital. I want our visitors to feel like they can come back next month and the month after that. Once you get in here, you're hooked. You'll be back. That's the beauty of it.